Filozofski teatar ugostio je slavnog američkog redatelja Joshua Oppenheimera. U kazalištu Ivana plemenitog Zajca, autor i voditelj programa filozof Srećko Horvat razgovarao je sa Joshuom Oppenheimerom o njegovim filmovima, politici, sjećanjima i ulozi umjetnosti u suočavanju sa prošlim zločinima.
My family left Europe, Germany and Austria to escape the Holocaust. I grew up knowing about the Holocaust probably before I knew about Cinderella. And I grew up with the idea that the aim of all culture, media, politics, morality is to prevent these things from ever happening again. So when, right after I graduated from as I was leaving high school, there was a genocide here in the former Yugoslavia. Then there was a genocide in Rwanda. When I just then discovered the genocide in Indonesia, I felt I had to do something. And now that a genocide is taking place in my name in Gaza is just unbearable. And it's unbearable, it makes me furious, it's heartbreaking, and it makes me spiritually sick. And yeah, I suppose since I make films about mass violence and my family has experienced exile, being driven from their land, I can't help but mention it. I can't help but talk about it.
Kroz gotovo dvosatni program obrađene su brojne teme, no na jednu je gost posebno emotivno reagirao.
But what made me emotional yesterday, it's interesting. It wasn't just thinking about the genocide. Srećko actually asked me about the artificial intelligence generated video. And that hits a very strong nerve for me because that's my deepest theme, how we lie to ourselves. And the idea that we can create a vision of paradise, a grotesque one that looks more like hell than paradise for me, but that's a matter of taste.
Redatelj je oduševljen Rijekom, riječkom publikom i našim hramom kulture, našim kazalištem.
Rijeka is a beautiful, interesting city. And the people have been just so incredibly welcoming. It's like an amazing and thoughtful and curious. Such a sincere curiosity and desire to grapple with the big moral and even sort of spiritual questions of our age. The questions from the audience were beautiful. The intensity of the audience in the cinema was beautiful. When the lights came up on us in the theater and I saw this amazing building where I got to speak with one of my favorite contemporary thinkers, Srećko Horvat, it was just what a thrill and privilege to be here.
Oppenheimer je poznat po brojnim dokumentarcima. Za izdvojiti je svakako Čin smaknuća i Pogled tišine, koji istražuju indonezijski genocid 60. godina prošlog stoljeća. Njegov rad izaziva moralna pitanja o odgovornosti, strahu i moći, a kroz inovativni filmski jezik pruža gledateljima priliku da sagledaju povijesne događaje iz perspektive žrtava, ali i počinitelja. Redatelj je izuzetno smjelo povezao te teme sa aktualnom situacijom, poglavito u svojoj domovini, Sjedinjenim Američkim Državama.
As an American too, because I'm not just a Jew, I'm an American, that my country's president is putting that forward as a vision for this place. How different is that from Hitler openly boasting about the final solution? How different is that really? I mean, imagine if before the Wannsee conference, Hitler were openly boasting about the final solution. There's a film called Serbian Epics about where you see people of Russians and Serbs together shelling Sarajevo. It's a film by Pavel Polakowski, and they're romanticizing and imagining in what Hannah Arendt would describe as winged words, the destruction and the slaughter of everyone at the bottom of the hill in the city, and the idea that genocidal intent is not just there, but is actually being shamelessly boasted about. There's nothing in the act of killing that's any more shocking than that. So it really struck me when he asked.
Jedan od najvažnijih dokumentarista današnjice, Oppenheimer, osim sudjelovanja u Filozofskom teatru, istog je dana u riječkom Artkinu održana hrvatska predpremijera njegovog prvog igranog filma The End. Sljedećeg dana upriličeno je prikazivanje remek-djela Čin smaknuća, jednim od najnagrađivanijih dokumentaraca zadnjeg desetljeća, te Pogled tišine, koji je osvojio čak 5 nagrada na 71. venecijanskom filmskom festivalu.
I've just made this film called The End, and I think really, as I said last night, it's a film about love, and specifically how we can only love, we can only protect the things we love, the people we love, the planet we love, if we live honestly, if we stop lying to ourselves, and we certainly don't impose those lies on the people we love. And we know we're in a time of acceleration toward the apocalypse. We know that if we continue as we are with the climate crisis that we're living through, we are doomed. So ask yourself, my message is, ask yourself really honestly, what does this moment demand of you? And I promise that if you set aside all the false answers to that question that have to do with acting alone, have to do with changing your lifestyle, flying less, becoming a vegetarian, these kind of things, and you really ask, what does this moment demand of you? What you will find and what you will know to be true is that we must come together as a human family in solidarity and right now demand radical change and resist.
Filozofski teatar u potpunosti ispunio svoju bit, a to je neprestano postavljanje pitanja.
Zapravo jedna konstatacija da nemojmo svi zaboraviti, i ovi koji su bili na pozornici i oni koji su bili u publici, da je ovdje hodao pred 100 godina učitelj od Mussolinija. Dakle, fašizam je izumljen upravo na ovom mjestu. Tako da, to nikad ne treba zaboraviti, ali uvijek to treba imati na umu. I fašizam i recimo izum fašizma je napravljen na jednom krasnom mjestu, ovako divan teatar, ko što je i sam Joshua rekao. Dakle, potpuno mirno, lijepo mjesto gdje se može govoriti o umjetnosti. Ali, nažalost, rođen je i fašizam.
Pa mislim, bilo mi je jako drago zapravo doći u Rijeku nakon jako dugo i to zbog ovakvog eventa. Pratim redateljev rad i sad zapravo nakon jako dugo je izbacio ovaj film koji je kao igrani muzikal i jako me se pozitivno dojmio sve u svemu, a mislim da ovaj razgovor jako dobro poslužio otvaranju nekakvih tema i da je čovjek elokventan i vidi se u njemu da točno zna zašto radi ono što radi u filmu na toj razini uopće filmskog jezika i motiva. I to je možda onaj zanimljivi dio cijelog ovog razgovora, u biti gledati s kolikom odmjerenošću priča o nekim stvarima i u kojim trenucima ni on ne može biti odmjeren, jel ti trenuci kad je i on opsovao u biti ili kad se zaustavio i pripremao nešto reći. I dosta se dotaknuo svog osobnog života u ovom razgovoru, što isto zapravo dalo jednu novu viziju njegovog rada.
Sljedeća gošća Filozofskog teatra je renomirana palestinska književnica Adanija Šibli, koja nam dolazi 23. travnja.